In this video, I want to go over a cross-platform music player known as Harmonoid. And if you found the video on YouTube, I will provide a link below the video to give you instructions on how to install it on your system. Now let's first take a look at what Harmonoid is. Harmonoid is a cross-platform music player that plays music and manages your music library. So if you've ripped off a lot of CDs, you can store them on your system, and you can use Harmonoid to organize them and to play them on your system. Now it's available for both Mac, Windows, Linux, and Android. If you click any of these links, since I'm on a Linux system, if I click this link here, it will take me to the download section of their web page. And if you're on a Mac system, you can click this for instructions on installing on your system. If you're a Windows user, you can click for the Windows instructions, and here are the downloaders and installers for those versions. And if you're on a Linux system, you first make sure that you have libmbp on your system. You can open up your terminal and put sudo apt install mpv and then that particular file there, and I do have that on my website. And if you're on an Android device, you can click on the Google Play Store link and it will take you to the Harmonoid so you can install it on Android. Now before I close their website, if you click here, it will take you to their main website that has illustrations or pictures of the player being used in progress. It's a very elegant music player. It's a very minimalistic. It's very similar to the Dopamine that I previewed several weeks back. Now you can get it on GitHub, you can go to the download now, or you can join their Discord server if you have any questions. Now I'm not going to read all of these here, but these are some of the powerful features of it. Like for a sing-along, it will look across the internet when it's setting up your album covers and find the lyrics to the song. And if for some reason the lyrics doesn't match, you can create a LRC folder and put the lyrics in there, and it will actually put the lyrics from what you put on your system. Now one thing I like about it is if you turn it up to maximum volume and it's not loud enough, you can click the three dots and you have a volume booster that you can go and increase the volume on your system. You can control the pitch, you can also change the speed, you can sort the order, and I'm not going to go over all these features here, but it does have a nice web page with illustrations and animated illustrations of a lot of the key features. Now I did put a list of features here that is a performant media library and tag reader. It has the light and dark themes. It has a gapless playback, speed adjustment, pitch adjustment, volume boost, the Discord RPC integration, MPV backend, lyrics, and again you can put your own lyrics within the folder if it's not matching up. You can generate your own playlist from the different songs from the different albums. You can it will sort by multiple artists and genre support. And it will fall back on the cover support. For example, if you finish populating all your albums, let's say for example Aaron Tippins didn't have a cover art, I could look it up on the internet, find the cover art, download it, rename it to cover.jpg, put it in the same folder as the music, and it, after you hit refresh, close it out and reopen it, it will show up the folder there, or the album on the album cover. Now if you like to see the folder, if your file manager allows you to see the artist rather than the folder, you can also put the folder.jpg in the same folder and it should show up as well. Now if you're installing it on a Ubuntu or Debian based system, I do have the links that you can click here and it will immediately start downloading the most current version of the particular program. In this case it will end in the deb extension. If you're on RPM like Fedora or Red Hat, you can click this and download the correct version for your system. Once it finishes downloading, again make sure that you have these particular files already installed on your system. If not, just right click, copy, open your terminal, paste, and put your password in and install those those particular files right there, the dependency files. And then once you have the dependency files on your system, you can double click the deb file and it will open your package installer for whatever package installer you have on your system. If you want to have something that match mine, you can open your terminal. If you don't have gdebi installed, you can right click this, copy, paste it in your terminal, and it will install the gdebi package installer so that it looks like this. So when you double click on it, it may open up with the package installer in your system, but if you right click on that particular file, say open it with a different program, you can choose gdebi and it will look just like this. Click the install package, And that way it's almost like installing an executable file within Windows. When you double click, you just hit click install. So you click the install package. You will have to put your password. Once you put your password for your system, wait till it says same version is already installed before closing your package installer. Once it installs, it will put a icon within your menu, and if you can't find it in the menu, then log out, log back in, or reboot your system, and you should see the program within your file menu. The first time it loads, it will use your default home folder, the music folder in your home folder for your music and your icons. Now that's if you're not knowing, if it can't find the cover art, and these are some random picture or music that I just had in my music folder, so I don't want these to show up, and I'll show you how you can change that in a moment. But once that you do load this for the first time, I recommend you to click that gear icon in the upper right hand corner, and then kind of scroll down. If you want to change it to a dark theme, under display you can drop down and it'll go system, light, dark. I chose the dark theme. It does have two material design, which you can look at the pictures below and see the images of those. But if you want to change this, you can't immediately remove the music folder in your home. It has to have at least one folder. So you can click this link here to add a new folder, locate the folder that your music's at on your system, regardless if you have multiple hard drives in your system or just one hard drive in your system. Find the folder that they're located, let it populate your music files, and once it does, it will tell you how many it found. Then if you want to remove the original one, like I don't want this one here, then I can click the remove. So you can't immediately click remove until you actually find the folder of the music that you want to have the music player to show up on the when you actually locate. Now if you can see here, the difference is instead of Home Tommy Music, I have Home Tommy Media Music. So that's the one I wanted to use. So after it found it, then I click the remove button from the original one. As you can see here, it went from 30 tracks and 3 albums to now 1,881 tracks and 130 albums, 136 artists with 32 genres. So that gives you some statistics about the music in your system. Now it looks like I had a lot of music and a lot of tracks, but I did see on some Reddit that some people had over 10,000 tracks and they said that this crashed. So if you have over a large number, it may cause problems with it populating the artwork and the music, the lyrics for your music within the system. I mean, that may be overloading it. But in this case, if you want to see the music, you can toggle, but once you click a song, if you go in this mode here, you can actually read the lyrics to it, almost like if you go to a karaoke bar where you can sing along with the song. If you don't want to see it, you can just click this here, and in just a few moments I'll show you what these buttons are. And there's two different modes. You remember up here I said there's a mode, material design 2 and 3. If you look down here, this is the material design 3. So that if you click onto it to see the music, the tracks, it will show you a small thumbnail with information underneath the thumbnail. If you click the material design number 2, it will have a larger thumbnail image of it, and if you scroll to the top, the information that's here will be at the top of the list. So it just gives you a different look, and it will actually change the color theme too. As you can see here, on this one is blue and this one here is brown. So let's actually take a look. Now if you don't like this music player, you can click the music players at the very bottom and look for other music players for Linux, and some of these are multi-platform. The Dopamine, it looks very similar to that I went over a few weeks ago. It's also a minimalistic, elegant looking music player that can be configured. It has almost really more configurability than the Harmonoid, which I'm going over today. So one of these type music players should meet your demands if you like to listen to music that you rip off from CDs. So let me click on Harmonoid. And as it loads, as you can see, the last time I played a song, it was a Aaron Tippin song. Now you see it scrolled across the bottom here. Within my settings, I have it to look for new music as it loads. If you added a lot of music, it may slow it down, so you may want to disable that feature and search for music yourself by hitting the refresh button. Let me go in my settings. If I click on the settings, as you can see, this is my where my music's located. I can go and add a new folder if I create another folder with music in it, and I can make multiple links, and then I could refresh it so it found the music on my system. Here's information stats about the music. If you want to change the theme, click here. It's got system, light, and dark. I chose the dark. The material Material 2 and Material 3. I really don't care about whichever the looks of those, so I kept it at 2. Here's where you can change the animation speed. And if you're on an older system, you may want to even disable the animations so that it won't make your system appear sluggish. Here you can choose your system color. So if you up here, if I chose system color, it would probably enable here so that it matches the system colors. Here you can change the language. You can change the behavior of the now playing list. You got other features that you can turn on and off about the play and playback features. There's other miscellaneous things that you can enable and disable. These are not the defaults. I enabled some of those, like I can say look up the LRC and the directory. If for some reason the music that it finds the lyric for doesn't match, by turning this feature on, I can go and find the song lyrics, and I can create a file or folder in that directory, and it will look in that directory for the music lyrics that I have rather than using what's online. So you can actually play around this here for your other settings. Here I've got it organized by albums. You can organize it by tracks, by the artist. I wish it had the artist's photos on here like Lollipop has, but it just has a little icon representing it. It does have the name below. Instead of saying AC/DC, it just got AC. I guess when the space between the dash, it considered that another word, so it just put AC there. The genres, I like the way that it populated those and created different colors for the different genre that I have on my system. And then playlist, this is just a history and the ones I hit liked on, and I haven't liked any of them on my system. Here I can scroll down, I can choose an album. Let's say I choose this particular album. Here, as you can see, that instead of putting a name under here at the top, it has the information. It's got a play button. I can randomly mix them up. I can choose the folder or the song that's now playing here. I can click here to start playing this particular song, or I can scroll down and click any of the songs. As you can see here, it has 3 little dots on the right hand side. You can delete a song, you can add it to a playlist. So if you wanted to create a playlist of not just listening to a whole album, you can go into multiple albums, click this and say add to a playlist. You can generate yourself your own playlist. You can say add now playing, show the album, show it in the file manager. So if I click this, it will open up my file manager showing this particular album. I can refresh it. I can look for the file information. By clicking on file information, it will actually show you the metadata for that particular song. So as you can see here, it brought up the album cover and more information about it. So clicking this, you have a lot of different information that you can look at about the album and the particular song. So let me go back. Now here, if I turn it up to maximum speed, let's say I listen to this song, and I'm not turning it up real loud because I don't want to get a copyright violation, but if I go real loud and it's not loud enough in the house, I can click the 3 dots, and once it's at 100%, I can increase the volume boost, and you can increase the volume so that way that you can make it louder in your home or your apartment or wherever you live. You can control the pitch, and you can also control the speed of that particular song. So let me go ahead and pause this. You can scroll down. As you can see here, it generates the artwork. So the first time that you run it, it will take some time to populate all the artwork for the albums that you have on your system. These are just some random songs that are in a folder that's not actually a album that you buy. So that's why it generated a little music icon. But it will generate those, and like I said, if you don't have an album, you can look up that particular album and name it cover.jpg and put it in that folder, and it will show up here. So let me go back to my website. Again, if you would like other music players, you can click the link at the bottom. If you would like other sound and video information for your Linux or other type systems, you can click here. And hopefully, if you're looking for an elegant, kind of a minimalistic type music player for your system, hopefully you'll give Harmonoid a try. And hope this video has been helpful to someone, and have a great day.